Hey you guys, welcome to Caffeinated Knitting. My name is Daniela, known as Caffeinated Gert on the interwebs. I don't think I said that last week. You can find the Caffeinated Knitting group on Ravelry. It's Caffeinated Knitting, all one word. And the blog is at www.caffeinatedknittingpodcast.blogspot.com. You can find me over on Twitter, although I don't really tweet. I do love Instagram, so that would be the place to find me. My Instagram feed goes over to Twitter, so that's what you would see on Twitter. Yeah, I think that's all my you can find me places. How was your week? Was it good? Mine was good. I have great did a little shopping, and I have great, interesting news for you guys. I'm so excited. What should we start out with? Let's start out with the works in progress, because there's one I need to show you really quick before Aiden is back in the living room because he can't see. So you know that Minecraft sheep I started for him like back right before Christmas? I have been diligently working on it very secretly. Been hanging out over at the Dunkin' Donuts and knitting very secretly. This is what it looks like. It's a Minecraft sheep. I now have the face done. I have the big part of the top and the sides done. I have one of the front body parts done, and I'm about halfway done on the back body part. So then all I'll have left is the rest of the head and the legs. Now all these are supposed to be squares all seamed back together, and for the body I'm doing that, but for the legs I'm going to knit the bottom square, and then I'm going to pick up the stitches in the round and knit up to knit the leg. I think if I put because it's stockinette, if I put a purl stitch on the corners, I think it will make it corner enough so that the little legs will be square. And if they're not perfectly square, I don't know. This guy is going to be huge and wonky anyway. Aiden will love him. That's what I'm working on. His birthday is in June, towards the end of June. So I have until then, but I'm really trying to just kind of, while I'm feeling it, pound it out so it'll be done. It's in my huge Girl Cave bag. It's a Girl Cave. Anyway, in my lovely coffee print, I worked on my fingerless mitts, my super awesome stripy mitts. I got this much done at Sock Club the other day. This is the second one. Got it on some deep ends going on there. And this is the first one. Now, on the first one, I'm far enough along now, check it out, that I put it on, it's knit on size 3 needles, but I did 69 stitches. So now I put it on size 1s? Yes, 1s, which are 2.25 millimeters. Because I am now at the point where I have a little bit of green up in there, and then blue, another little stripe of green, and then purple blue leaves off with the purple. So what my plan is, I think, is to finish the green and the blue that's in here on the size 1. So that'll be up here, so it'll be more snug up here. Then I'm going to use the next green and blue to go back and forth, which will end up being the hole for my thumb. And then I'll have purple, blue, purple for up here where my fingers are. That's my, oops, stuck. So we're stuck together. So it's like a whole sleeve. Check it. So I still have a little bit to knit before my thumb. I'm thinking they'll end up being about this long. Is that not going to be just all kinds of awesome? Or I can pull them down and have them slouchy. Yeah. Or Dana from Unwind, you know, just one more row. She said since I'm not putting a thumb gusset on the I guess you just call them sleeves. They're not really gloves, but you know what I mean. If I don't put an actual thumb gusset, then I can wear them as a glove, or I can take my thumb out and do pull them all the way up there and wear them as sleeves. So you know, it'd be multi-use for them, and I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm leaving this one on the ones. I just put it on the ones until I get the other one up here, so I can kind of work on them at the same time at that point and make sure I'm doing the same amount of rows for my thumbs and such. This is like just Sock Club. It's crazy that how fast these knit up. Really crazy. The yarn is HD Yarns Cupcakes. Mine is the Fairy colorway. Super awesome stripes, folks. Super awesome. It is in my Suburban Stitcher bag because I feel like it matches. And I like it. The inside's green. Fun colors. So anyway, I'm going to put these back up in here. I like this stays closed really good. Nice big ribbon. Nicely made bag. The only other thing I worked on, and I probably shouldn't have stopped in the middle of a row, but you know, it happens, is I did work on my Quaker yarn stretcher some. It is out of Hand Spun in the Lying Eyes colorway by Unwind Yarn Company. I am loving this. This is super easy knit, and it's going to be so super cuddly. I like it. It's my at-home knitting right now, or I did a hangout and I knit on it a little bit the other day. I've been taking the big gloves are great for take with you for a little bit here and there, but mostly what I've done the last, well, really I've only the last couple of days worked on the sheep. I should make sure he's still in the bathtub. I went to Duncan and worked on the sheep, and then at knit night last night I worked on the sheep because I don't want to work on it while I'm here, unless after Aiden goes to bed, and even then he pops back up sometimes, because I don't want him to see it. I want him to be surprised, because you know it's for his birthday. So the other thing I worked on, I learned a new technique, a new fiber technique last weekend. I went to the Middle Tennessee Fiber Fest in Dixon, Tennessee. This is my second. Checking. He's back, so see, it's a good thing I finished that up. It's in Dixon, Tennessee. Was last weekend. I went last year and checked it out, and with my mother-in-law, we really enjoyed it. So this year we went again, and I actually signed up and took a class. I took a felting class. Now, I thought it was supposed to be wet felting, but I'm really glad it's not because this is way easier and it's not so messy. So what we did is we made a little bag in class. Is this not the cutest little bag ever? So we actually made the bag, and then we got to embellish it. So they had all the fiber and stuff. This is the little foam that we got. So you felt the fleece, the fiber around this foam, and we got a cool tool too. Check this out. So you know, normally felting needles, they come in like itty bitty needles. Can you see that? And you just poke one little thing at a time. which is great for little things, but not so good for making a bag. And then my mother-in-law had extra. She's done needle felting before, so she let me take a little one home. But we got this. This is from Ashford. Yeah, ashford.com. So it comes in this tube, you know, with the lid on. So you take the tube out, and there's a metal piece on top, and you take the needle part out, and then you have this tube that it came in, where you put the little metal piece back in, which is like a stopper for the needle part. Put that in there, and then you just screw the lid back on with it upside down, and you can felt. It's a great handle, and it's for the bag. It's perfect. These are sold at local yarn stores and such, if you can find them. It's Student Felting Needle Punch, if you want to Google it. I'm sure you could find one if you're interested. I'll stick this back up. It's nice because when it's up, you don't have to worry about it poking through a bag or anything. Once it's up and it's safe. I don't even have to worry about, I don't have to worry about Aiden coming in here and picking it up or anything. I do have this one laying on my laptop, but he knows not to touch it because it's, sharp. And I have it, well, he doesn't really come in here unless I'm in here, but he knows not to touch this. I need a good place to stick this thing, though. So I have it sitting on my laptop, and if I close it, he can't even see it. He doesn't use this laptop, so do my best. This is awesome. So we have this little foam thing, and we punch our fiber, punch, and you end up with this bag. Well, my mother-in-law and I quite enjoyed that, so we bought some fiber, and then we went back to their house, and I made another bag. I like this one even better. So I think I'm going to use these, one or the other. I need to felt this some more. I feel like this isn't thick enough through here. Maybe add some more fabric. It took forever to dry. I mean, they took days to dry. That's kind of clever. I made my little vines go all through. There was a store at the Fiberfest that I bought little bits from. They were like little bits, 5 for $1 or something, like little bitty fiber bits. They were perfect for doing the embellishment. Like one little bit was just the right amount to make the flowers, and then one little bit was the darker green. So it was perfect for that. But I have no idea what the store was called. I bought that and some Rolags, which I've already divvied up and it's for another project, but they were rainbow Rolags. So here's one. And then I bought something else from them. I bought 3 things, I think. But anyway, I have a receipt and everything, but there's no name on it. There's no card. There's nothing. I have no idea what the shop was. And they really had reasonable prices. The Rolags I got has been very nice. And they were 4 ounces of Rolags for $20. And I've had people on Instagram go, well, where'd you get those? And I'm like, I don't know. I could have sent business their way. I would have bought some more myself. But anyway, what are you going to do? So, foam, get you a bag. And it really doesn't take that long. So, and they told us how to make balls. So, like for Christmas, I could do balls and then needle felt on them. I can totally see this being Christmas presents because you get a cute little gift and it doesn't take nearly as much time as knitting something. So, like, for those people that you want to make something handmade, but they're not knit worthy, we have those people. I have those people. So anyway, thought that would be great. And one of the shops had bobbins, so I bought myself another Kromsky bobbin. I was pleased with that. My mother-in-law had taken a felting class before and had made a cute little bracelet. So I was playing with the idea of making bracelets. So this was a complete fail. But Aiden and I are going to use it as a bookmark. I was trying to felt one of the Rolags, and it felted nicely, but not evenly, and didn't quite work the way I wanted it to. So it's very obnoxious and yucky looking, but Aiden thought it was cool. So this will be our book time for book time. We have book time at bedtime. Our bookmark for book time. Now that it's finally all dry, I guess I can pull it out this evening. We can start using it. So then I played with the bracelet idea some more, and I thought, well, I could felt handspun onto it. So I had this was some fiber that I bought, so I felted it and then cut it so it was two little strips, and then I felted handspun on top of it, but I don't like how it looks really. I just don't like how that looks. So it was an experiment. This one was a fail. Then I did a different one, and I spaced it out more. I kind of wanted it to have all that green in it, but it didn't work. So I did it with this one and with the colors, and I like this one better, but I haven't cut it yet or anything or put a button on it. So I will cut it and then put a button on it so it'll look kind of like, you know, here with the like a silver button on, and when it'll have the little hand spun for embellishment. I might add some more to it or something, I don't know. But anyway, those are my bracelet experiments. What do you think? I bought a big honkin' piece of I bought an ounce of Romney from Far Out Farm. They had most excellent prices. They were like if you go to a Fiber Fest and they have them in the big old tub, and you just pick out, like, you tell them you want an ounce or whatever, and they give it to you. That's what I used for the bracelet part. It was kind of a purpley heather color. My mother-in-law got an ounce from them of some other sheet. I don't remember which kind. It was a teal color, and I have some of it. And I'll tell you about that project in a minute. Because we both bought an ounce and then split it so we could have a little bit of it. I bought, and I was trying to find my card. I bought this from my teacher's shop. Her name was Judy Crouch. She was from Missouri. She was a most excellent teacher. If you run in a Fiber Fest and you have the opportunity to take a class with her, do so. Quite liked her. She spins and does all kinds of cool stuff. Oh, it does have a tag. Does it have a tag? No. Anyway, it's Shetland. I bought a big ball of Shetland. It's a beautiful brown color. It's what I used to make this bag. I bought a big ball because I know after doing the class, I knew that doing a bag takes a lot of fiber. So, and I wanted to use some of my pretty fiber at home, but I don't want to use like all my pretties on bags. So I bought a ball of, it's a pretty brown, and it looks very nice with colorful embellishments on it, I think. So, big ball of Shetland. And I bought a skein of yarn from the Color Wheel. This is her worsted. It is the Superwash Merino in Benjamin. It's got lots of blues and sparkle. It's not supposed to have sparkle, but you know, it belongs to me, so it's going to have sparkle. I am going to, she said I could get 2 hats out of this. So I'm going to knit one for my son and one for my nephew for Christmas. It's very soft, Superwash Merino, and it's stripy. It's brown, blue, periwinkle, sky blue, teal, and turquoise. So Aiden loves blues, which is why I picked this one. And I got a t-shirt because we went to visit my in-laws for the weekend when we went down for the Fiber Fest, and I packed lots of clothes for Aiden, and my husband had plenty of clothes, but I didn't even bring a shirt for Sunday. I had, like, you know, pants, and I had underwear and socks and all that wonderful stuff. No shirt for Sunday. So I had to buy a shirt. Anyway, I got one. It's blue, and it has a sheep on it, and it says Spin Doctor. I love it. So anyway, got myself a shirt. Oh, this is the other thing I bought from that store that I don't know where it came from. It's hand-dyed Firestar. I have no idea what the store's called. You guys went to the Dixon Fiber Fest. It was in the Armory in the middle aisle. All that middle aisle was her stuff. She had tons of cool stuff. I want to know who the store was. So if you know, pass it along. Let me know. Because I want some more of those Rolex. And maybe some more of this. And those itty bitty bits for the felting, I wish I had bought a whole bunch more. Anyway, let me know. That is all I got at the Fiber Fest. I did go home. I didn't buy very much. I was with my mother-in-law, and she was like, "You're getting a lot of stuff." And I'm thinking, no, I'm totally not. I felt very restrained. I did do some personal shopping for my friend Suzanne. She had given me funds and orders of what she wanted. So I did shop. So I did buy a couple other things, but they weren't for me. I gave her purchases today. She was quite pleased. Quite pleased. But anyway, so that evening, I happened to see that Knitting Color updated, and I looked, and I fell head over heels in love with this. It's flip-flops, 4 ounces of superwash merino. It's so soft. It's so cool. It's going to be so much fun to spin. It is from Knitting Color, and she is on Etsy, right? No, knittingcolor.com. My bad. I just followed her little thing from Instagram. Anyway, Knitting Color, you know, is my other dealer besides N1, so I can never say, you know. And I won't see her anywhere until SAF. But anyway. Isn't it awesome? I just love it. Look at it. I can't wait to spin this. I forgot to tell you guys something about the retreat last week. So what I forgot is that Photo Knit Gal, who is Susan Leviton of A Riot of Color. Well, her name's not on the card part, in the front part. Isn't that pretty? Anyway, she sent you guys a present. So we're going to, at some point, have a drawing. She told me that she's doing some shows, and that after June, I think she said, she's going to have more stock in her shop. So I want to wait until she has more stock in her shop, and then we will do some kind of prize drawing. So we'll do some kind of, you know, ask you a question, look something up kind of thing, and you guys can win. I'm trying to make it look good. She had a bag for me to choose from. I chose the one with sparkle. It's purple. It doesn't look like that in person. It's kind of a pale pink and a very nice deep purple with sparkles. I don't know if that'll show up good for you guys or not, but it's gorgeous. But anyway, it is A Riot. I don't want to show you like her phone number. She might not appreciate getting all phone called and stuff. Here, let me just do it this way. Oh, that's her address. You don't want that either. There, in case you don't get my pronunciation. It's A Riot of Color by Susan Leviton, and she is on Etsy. So go check her out. She is at ariotofcolor.etsy.com. And she's Painter Mom 63 on Instagram, and I think she's also Painter Mom on Ravelry. Check her out. She's got pretties. So we will give this away probably in June sometime. Alright, so speaking of the retreat, so in case you haven't heard yet, for next year, 2015, I will be one of the hostesses with the mostesses for the Into the Wool retreat, along with Dana and Wendy, who is Silly Fruit of the Sassy Pants Knitter podcast. It'll be in the same place, and it will be September 3rd. 3rd would be Thursday, 4th, 5th, 6th through the 6th. We added an extra day, so it'll be Thursday through Sunday this time. That was one of the responses we got from the attendee survey. A lot of people wished it was another day. We thought we'd listen. We wanted it to be another day too, so we did. We made it another day. We are getting together and figuring out different things that we want to do. Sign-ups won't be until after the first of the year. It is Labor Day weekend next year, which will enable those of you that are traveling to have an extra travel day to get home. So I hope when it's time, you guys all sign up and come and play with us. Will that be fun? September should be nice up there. Should be a little bit cool. Not quite as hot as down here. Not that I'm right down here, because I'm up on the plateau too, just not quite as much. But I think September will be a good time of year to go. It'll be fun. All right. Do I have anything else to talk about? Oh, yes. So, last week for Sock Club, Dana of Unwind came up from Chattanooga to have Sock Club with us. And she brought with her a skein she had just finished spinning. And I decided to shamelessly copycat because it was awesome. So what she did is she had leftover and little bits that, what are you going to do with little bits of fiber? And so what she did is she spun them all randomly and then plied them. So what I'm doing is I had leftover bits, and all the bits like that were in my my goodie bag, stuff like that. I split it in two, kind of close. I eyeballed it. I didn't weigh it or anything. Split it all in two, along with the 4 ounces of Rolex I had, because I felt like they're good, bright colors, and they kind of go from pink to blue to green, so it's a good variety of color there. And I split it up into two. It's like they're all down in here, but one batch is in a bag, and then down in another bag. And then the first ones I'm pulling from here, from the top of the bag. And so I am spinning myself a monster skein because hers was awesome. And I thought it was, because, you're looking at these little bits that you get in the goodie bag and stuff, and you're like, well, that's great. And it's fun because you get to try out, someone new's fiber. But what you going to do with it once you spin it? Well, this way you can spin it and then actually use it for a larger project. Genius. Total genius. So that's what I'm doing with my bits. And that's the only other thing I've worked on. Actually, I've been very busy this week with the whole fibery thing. I did mostly working on the bags while I was in Dixon. Well, and the bookmark, and I started the bracelets. I want to figure out a good way to use hand spun to embellish on it without... I want to use the hand spun without toning down the hand spun with what it's felted on. I'm going to have to play with that, because I think this would be awesome if it wasn't that, the yarn that's the fiber that's felted on the bottom was showing through the top. And it's supposed to, but maybe if I felt the bracelet and then adhere it some other way, I don't know. We'll see. Play with it. Alright, I think that's everything for today. Oh, as of September 1st, I'm officially kicked off Blip. So now that I had settled all my little issues, and I'm just going to do it on Blip and stick it on the, on the blog, now I'm not going to be able to do that. Really? So I texted my brother yesterday, who's Mr. Computer Guru Genius, whatever, and I said, okay, I have a mission for you. This is what I need to do. I need to do it for free or for cheap. What can we do? He says, well, why don't you just use your Windows Movie Maker on your laptop? And I said, well, that's what I use to edit now. I said, but I don't know how to change it, and I don't know how. So he told me how to do it. So this is why I'm recording today. Well, I wanted to record anyway, and I'll probably record either Thursdays or Fridays. That way it doesn't interfere with my weekends. I'm at home now, so I could quit working and come record. Although today I quit working and went and got a haircut. Aiden got a haircut, and then I went and hid at Dunkin' for a while to secret knit. So I had to open all the windows, all the blinds, to get enough light in here. But I think it's good because it's nearly 6 o'clock. I still have good light. But anyway, so after when I finish recording here, I'm going to do what Peter said, and if it all works, this will be on iTunes. And then I guess I'll also put it on YouTube, so I can use the YouTube to put it on the blog. Blip is just so screwed over. It's just so screwed to so many people over. But anyway, so if it all goes well, everything will be hunky-dory. And if not, I'll be texting Peter, help me! Anyway, I probably should have texted him 4 months ago when all the stuff first started going down and been like, help me out, bro. He'd probably been like, yeah, do this. But anyway, I got frustrated with it. Instead, I should have asked for help. That's what I get. Shouldn't have been so silly. Alright, so I'm going to give it a whirl, see if that makes it into an MP4, and Podcast Garden likes it, and we'll see how it goes. You folks have a lovely week. I will see you next Thursday or Friday. It'll be Friday. Fridays will be good. I get off work at 11:30 on Fridays. Of course, I start working at 6, but hey, it's worth it. I start working at 6 every day. I get up at 5 now. It's totally worth it. Anyway, because I'm up early anyway. I don't sleep good past that time, so whatever. I am going to work on some fun stuff rather than secret knitting. At least until who goes to bed. And get this all converted and stuff. And I'm listening to the Dresden Files. The new Dresden File book came out. So if you guys are Dresden File fans, go check it out. Also, if you are Outlander, if you've never read Outlander, go get the book and start reading. Or get the Audible version, because Diana Gabaldon is the author. And Davina Porter is the reader, and she does a fantastic job. Highly, highly recommend it. And there's going to be a new series on Stars, which starts August the 9th. So I bought this book for my mother-in-law because down in Dixon they have Stars. I don't have Stars. That's too much cable for me. So I'm going to give her this book when we go down for the 4th of July and be like, here, read. I'm coming August 8th. Anyway. I'll see you guys later. Happy knitting, crocheting, felting, spinning, and enjoy some good books. Bye, guys.